Welcome back to the Skegness Distillery. My name is Sam Clark and I'm a digital marketing manager, and today I will be presenting the final session on Twitter. So we've already talked about the general theme of Twitter and what it's supposed to do and how to use it in terms of it being very conversational and having to be quite active on the platform. But really it is about keeping your ear to the ground. And what I mean by that is you follow and get involved with what you need to get involved with. You don't have to jump on absolutely everything. You don't have to follow every single hashtag. You don't have to worry about all that. You can be quite specific in what you're looking at. So for example, if you're a business on the seafront and you feel like there is a certain problem, then you've got to be quite targeted in how you approach that problem. So for example, if you need to talk to a councillor or an MP or someone like that about that issue, Twitter can be a really good place to go because it's a public forum, so you can raise your concerns in public and probably get a better response there as well. And you'll also get an idea of what other people feel about topics, which can be really helpful. And sometimes it can create a bit of a movement that ends up with a positive outcome. So you really do have to make sure that you are following what you need and what you want, and create lists and use hashtags that are relevant to your business. You don't have to jump on absolutely everything. So for example, if something like Lincolnshire Day isn't specific or relevant to you, then you don't have to use it. There's no pressure. Same with things like Halloween. If you don't celebrate Halloween or it's not useful, you don't have to jump on hashtag Halloween. But what you do have to do is look for things that you can benefit from. A good example of that would be something like hashtag SoFest, which is held in Skegness. It's an arts event, and if you have products or services that relate to that and you feel that you can benefit from, then you would want to jump on that and get involved in that conversation. So again, I cannot stress the fact that you need to get involved. It is an informal network. You need to get connected, and that is how you find opportunities. You need to talk to people, you need to be actively engaged, and you need to make sure that you're checking it quite frequently. That is the main problem with Twitter, is it is a time commitment, but it is something that is absolutely worth doing if you know what you're trying to get out of it. So one of the biggest benefits of using Twitter is actually connecting with the media. So what I mean by the media is journalists and writers and bloggers and those kinds of people. They're often really active on Twitter. They share their stories, they talk about topics that they're passionate about, and that is a great way to get featured and get your business into the news. It doesn't have to be national, groundbreaking news. It can be something simple like getting on a features list or getting on a top 10 list or top 5 list. A great example of that would be someone who's thinking about writing a story about top 5 restaurants in Louth. That is something you would want to get involved in if you're a restaurant in Louth, for example, because it gives you great coverage and it gives you social proof as well in that you're in that top 5 list. So you always have to think about how you can use Twitter to benefit your business. So in summary, Twitter is an informal conversational network. If you're going to use it, you definitely have to be active on it. You've got to get involved in those conversations. You can't be passive. You have to be in there talking, commenting and getting involved. Give it a try. Do try it out. But if it doesn't work for you and you don't know how to open those conversations with people, or you feel anxious around doing it, don't do it. That's the reality of it. If it doesn't work for you as a person, it's not going to work. You can't go into people's inboxes and say, I want this. That's not going to work. You've got to have those conversations. You've got to open the door, build rapport with people, and then you can pitch to them. So that is the end of session 2 on Twitter. I really hope you did find those helpful.